finally, after many years of work, this book is ready. It's Karmans for the Creation of Virtue, the Prescriptive Precepts in the Dharma Guptaka Vinaya. And it is by Venerable Vinaya Master Bhikshu Benyin. He gave these a series of teachings in Chinese at the ordination that Venerable Semkhe attended in Taiwan many years back. And these talks, they're meant for monastics. This book is not going to be a big bestseller. Yeah, it's it's meant for a monastic audience, but it's talking about the actions that the Sangha does, because the Vinaya, the monastic discipline, talks about the prohibitive precepts, the things that monastics avoid, and the prescriptive precepts, the things that we should do. So when we do our posada every 2 weeks, and we restore our precepts and review them and recite them, so there we're going over those precepts that we're reciting are the prohibitive precepts. Our act of purifying and of reading them in the posada ceremony is a prescriptive precept, because that's what the Buddha said that the Sangha should do. So most of the time when we have teachings on the Vinaya, it's about the prohibitive precepts, what not to do. So this book is really quite special, because it's talking about the activities that the Buddha wanted the Sangha to do, and specifically the Karmans. Okay, so the Karman refers to an activity or an action of the Sangha. It's the same word as karma, which means action, but here it has an N on it, really reflecting that it is it's a formal action that a community of 4 or more fully ordained people do. And the Buddha prescribed many things about who can participate in it, how the formal action is done, where it should be done. So there's a lot of information about that is really quite interesting, because it all reflects how to bring the community together and help it make decisions so that people can live together happily. Yeah, so it relies a lot on consensus. Yeah, but having said that, it's not a forced consensus. It's not like well, everybody else says this, and I'm the odd person out, and even though I don't believe what they're saying is correct, yeah, I better go along with it. It's not that, yeah, because that's not going to work for the individual or for the community. So it allows for discussion, for, people really staying with an issue and working it out over a period of time. But then once it's settled, then the formal action is done so that everybody officially agrees once the discussion has come to a resolution. So it's very nice in that way. And we've been doing a lot of our pravarana, katina, varsa, posada, all these kinds of things are the kind of actions that the Buddha wanted the Sangha to do. So there's these formal Sangha karmas that you do with the group. There's also actions that we do one-on-one with each other when we confess different things that we've done. There's also actions that we do by ourselves when certain things require a confession, in the presence of the Buddha statue, but we make that alone. Okay? So this book is really quite wonderful in terms of describing all of this. And it took a whole crew of people to work on making it, because Venerable Benyin gave the teachings. Then there were people who, Venerable Jendi, I believe, translated it from Chinese. She transcribed it in Chinese. Then Venerable Ozhong translated it from Chinese to English. Then I edited it in English. Then it went back to Venerable Ozhong and back to Venerable Benyin and went through Venerable Jendi's checking. And finally, after a few years, it's ready. So, and then Tracy Thrasher in New York did a beautiful job. We self-published it with CreateSpace, so it's available in CreateSpace and also on Amazon. But she designed this beautiful cover, and she did the layout inside, which was quite a difficult layout because there's many lists and there's diagrams, and so getting it all laid out was quite an adventure. But we're really glad to have this out now. And a group of people in Taiwan and in the U.S. also made donations so that monastics can have free copies of the books. So we will be sending out information on that soon.